All right, so today we're going to deep dive into e-wallets.
Yeah.
We had some listener questions about how they're changing the way we handle money.
Right.
So we dug into a really interesting report about the rise of digital payments.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and ready to break it down.
I think the first thing that jumps out is that e-wallets, they're not just like a digital version of your old wallet. They're like a whole different way of thinking about how we do transactions.
Right, yeah, it's like a fundamental shift.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about convenience.
Okay.
I mean, the report really emphasizes this, like just how much easier it is to pay with like a couple taps or clicks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Versus digging out your card or cash.
Yeah, especially like with online shopping. You don't have to like type in all your card information.
Yeah.
Just like one click and you're done.
And that can really help with, people abandoning their carts
Absolutely.
if it's too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
And then there's also the whole, like, not having to carry around a bulky wallet anymore.
Yeah.
Your cards, loyalty programs, everything's just like right there on your phone.
Exactly. And it's safer too.
Yeah.
You're not going to like lose your whole wallet
Right,
with
yeah.
all your IDs and everything.
Yeah.
It's all just like right there.
And you can access it anytime, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're buying something online or using a QR code at a store.
Or like when you're traveling internationally, you don't have to worry about exchanging currency.
Right.
It's all just right there.
And you know what I really like is the way e-wallets are incorporating loyalty programs.
Oh, yeah, me too.
No more carrying around a million little cards.
Yeah.
It's all in the app.
Yeah. And you can like easily see your points and redeem rewards.
Yeah, it's all super streamlined.
Mm.
And then another thing the report highlights is how easy it is to send money to friends or family or even internationally.
Right.
Which is often faster and cheaper than traditional methods.
Yeah, like splitting bills with friends has never been easier.
Exactly.
Like, you don't have to like chase people down for cash.
Right.
It's all just like a couple taps on your phone.
Yeah. Okay, so we talked about convenience, but what about security?
Right. Well, the report goes into detail about how e-wallets use like advanced encryption to protect your financial information.
Okay, so that means the data is like scrambled up so it's unreadable to anyone who shouldn't see it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's tokenization.
Tokenization.
Yeah, so basically your actual card number gets replaced with a unique digital token for each transaction.
So even if someone gets a hold of that token, they can't actually use it to make other purchases.
Exactly. It's like a one-time use key.
Okay, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, and then you have biometric authentication, like using your fingerprint or facial recognition to authorize transactions.
Which is way more secure than just a password or a PIN.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you lose your phone, you can remotely lock it or even wipe all the data.
Right, something you can't do with a physical wallet.
Right, exactly.
And the report also mentions multi-factor authentication.
Right, so that's like where you need to enter a password and then also a code that gets sent to your phone.
Right, so it's like an extra layer of security.
Yeah, makes it much harder for someone to gain unauthorized access to your account.
Okay, so we've got convenience, we've got security, but what about the financial benefits of using e-wallets?
Well, the report talks about things like discounts and cashback offers that are often linked to using e-wallets.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's like getting a little bonus every time you make a purchase.
Yeah, it can definitely add up.
And then there are also a lot of e-wallets that have expense tracking and budgeting features built in.
Right, so you can see where your money is going.
Exactly. It can help you stay on top of your finances and make sure you're not overspending.
That's so useful.
Yeah, and for businesses, the report indicates that they can save money on transaction fees compared to traditional credit card processing.
Oh wow, so it's a win-win for both consumers and businesses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now let's talk about accessibility.
Okay, the report really highlights how e-wallets can help people who are unbanked or underbanked.
Right, because they often have a much simpler sign-up process than traditional banks.
So less paperwork, no high minimum balances.
Exactly, which makes financial services accessible to a lot more people.
Especially in areas where physical bank branches are scarce.
Right.
So it's really about financial inclusion.
Yeah, and for businesses, the report also shows that they could reach a wider customer base by offering digital payment options.
Especially those who might not have access to traditional banking.
Right, and it also just makes the checkout experience smoother.
Yeah, which can lead to fewer abandoned carts.
Absolutely.
And those enhanced security features we talked about can also help reduce fraud and chargebacks.
Yeah, it's a big plus for businesses.
So e-wallets are clearly doing more than just handling payments.
Yeah.
The report talks about how they're becoming more integrated with other services like loyalty programs.
Right. Budgeting apps, even investment accounts.
So it's like a central hub for your financial life. Yeah, you can manage pretty much everything in one place.
And there's even an environmental aspect,
Oh, yeah. The report mentions how e-wallets can help reduce paper waste.
like digital receipts instead of paper ones.
Right. And potentially even a lower demand for physical currency.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so to sum it all up, it seems like there are some pretty compelling advantages to using e-wallets.
Definitely.
They're convenient. They offer enhanced security with things like encryption and biometrics.
Mm,
They can potentially save you money.
yeah.
They increase financial accessibility. And they offer significant benefits for businesses.
Exactly. It's a pretty impressive list.
It is. And I think, as the report suggests, e-wallets are really transforming how we interact with money in our increasingly digital world.
Oh, for sure. It's a big shift.
So for everyone listening, I'd say think about which of these benefits really resonates with you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the ease of tracking your spending, or the enhanced security, or even just the convenience. And consider how exploring e-wallets might offer some new possibilities for managing your finances.
It's definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for diving in with us today.
Well, of course. Anytime.
Until next time.